Yes, the world continues to go completely bloody mad. The founder of a breastfeeding support charity quits in row over trans woman. Now, as a father of 6, I'll let you take up... Just explain this to my dear listeners, what this is, because this is yet more madness in our world, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's about the Leche League, which is an international organisation that supports women to breastfeed. It's a mother-to-mother support group, so it's women who've already breastfed helping other women to breastfeed.
Yep.
There's a chapter here in the UK. Men, of course, are not welcome. They can go to the family sessions and the couples sessions, but when women are helping each other to breastfeed, they need no men there.
Yes.
So the international organisation has gone clinically insane, as far as I can tell, and it now says that men who identify as women are women and therefore must be supported to breastfeed, and they have been trying to bully the UK charity into following suit. Now, the woman who founded it, who is in her 90s, does not live in the UK. She has resigned this week from the board of the international organisation and said that the reason is because she can't possibly condone helping men, for whatever reason they want to imitate breastfeeding.
I love the word you used, imitate. My wife has just breastfed our daughter for 7 months, which is an incredible thing, and Iris is doing really well. What has happened to the world? A bloke can't breastfeed. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. It doesn't work.
So 2 things are happening there. One is what the men are doing, and one is what the women who are going along with it are doing. There is a fetish, I'm sorry to say, for breastfeeding. A male fetish. There are men who are excited by watching breastfeeding or by imagining themselves to breastfeed. So precisely those men are precisely the very last men that you should let into a breastfeeding group, and yet that is what we are seeing. The women who are enabling this have fallen for the lie at the heart of gender identity ideology or trans ideology, which is that a man who says he's a woman is really a woman. And they think in some way that I just can't understand.
He's not. It is absolutely, and this is why I always say sex matters is one of the top. I think you're incredible. I go back to that story of that Isla Bryson, that horrendous human being in Scotland, let me just say this, who raped 2 women. And because he put on a skirt and a wig, and you could see his lunchbox through his leggings, by the way, in every single picture that was shown, he was put in a female prison. How does that not endanger women? How do these women who talk about women's rights, and I know one, I don't want to name them, who goes on about women's rights the whole time, should be jumping on this and going, this is completely wrong for women, for their safety, for feeling... I don't get it, Helen. I don't understand
I don't either. Jeremy, you and me both. I mean, lots of women do get this and do understand, and the majority of the women inside the LLL's board have been fighting tooth and nail to stop this. They're being bullied by the international organisation, and they have not been helped by the Charity Commission. They reached out to the Charity Commission and said, our charitable objects are to help mothers. Can you please say that mother is a female person, which it is, by the way, in UK law as well as in material reality. They did not get any help. And so, this is what's happening. LLL GB is being torn apart by this. Why do some women fall for this? I mean, I wish I knew, because then I could perhaps try to stop them. I think they imagine that we have inner essences that are men and women, and that you could accidentally be born in the wrong body or something. And so they support giving these men drugs that induce them to produce some fluid from their nipples, and they think they're doing the right thing. This is madness. I know you're asking me, but I don't understand it.
To me, it's and I'll probably be slaughtered. That's playing with nature. I don't care if somebody wants to transition. I'd like to think it would be a process that would take a long time and be very serious and involve a lot. It's not just a fad.
You can't do this. You can't turn a male body into a female body. You really can't.
No, absolutely not. But if somebody wants to, that's fine. But what I can't have is, I don't understand. There's one person who I know very well who goes on all the time to me about women's rights. And yet, if ever the discussion about trans comes up, same-sex, oh, yes, it's fine. But is it from a safety point of view? You made a point about fetish. I completely get it. I think we are in danger, Helen, of going mad, which is why places like Talk and organisations like Sex Matters are so important, because I can tell you, the minute you stop speaking, we'll get hundreds of texts going, Helen Joyce is speaking common sense. Then why the bloody hell can't these other people see it? I don't get it.
Cowardice is my one-word answer. Cowardice in the case of the Charity Commission and the other regulators, for absolute certain. They could have stood up, they could have helped LLL GB, and they didn't.
Too scared to what? Go again. But very quickly, do you think that Trump's election is going to change ideology in America? Because actually they weren't interested in women's rights. They were interested in, I don't mean to be boring, they were interested not in the abortion bill, they were interested in the cost of gas and the cost of their groceries. That's what they were interested in.
I think that what you saw in America, people vote for all sorts of reasons, is you saw people saying, why are you focusing on absolute, mad, nasty, fringe matters like letting men play in women's sports and transitioning children, instead of focusing on the cost of living and the like? They don't. Voters want you to do sensible, central things.
I could talk to you forever. We love you. We love Sex Matters. Thank you so much indeed for coming on.